Okay, so the Dallas fuel here, and we will get into this again. The Dallas fuel here, again, it's kind of mirror comps. Samra's being played by the fuel, May's being played by the shock, and I feel like, again, May is really good. The fights are fast. Her freeze gets a lot of value, right? Especially if she can get close to a lot of people, get value on walls, right? We've seen how wall can, for example, block bongo. It can block coalescence, right? It can cut off tanks. So May's there to cuck tanks. Sombra is there more for herself, but we saw on the last cough that Doha gets a lot of value on Sombra, farms his EMPs very quick, and EMP is like crazy good. Like, if you can just win the fight with only EMP, you get really good ult eco. And what I mean with ult eco is like, you use only EMP and you're able to farm all your other ults, you have big advantage going into next fight, right? Especially if they also use ults that fight. But just EMP, big impact ult. Okay. So, again, because Shock's playing the Mei and Fuel is playing the Sombra. Sombra is fine to just sit back and spam, get her ult, you know? So the Dallas Fuel aren't going to be the engaging team. So Shock is going to be the engaging team, right? And you see them go for a pull, a rush. Smurf actually fortifies really early, but he really gets in there, you know? They're trying to blow up Note. This wall, not too great for Rascal, but nice try. And the disengage kind of comes in. All while Doa's kind of farming, you know. That wasn't too bad for the Fuel. However, they are giving up point now, which is obviously very bad because point percentage even over EMP percentage. You know, it's not worth to wait and farm EMP while point is taken away. Also, Violet has farmed up so much ult just because they were rushing in, right? And Shock, all 6 were taking damage. While, you know, on the Fuel, I feel like the damage was more centered. I feel like all the damage was on Note, right? It was very targeted damage. Specifically with like the Mei and the Reaper. Sombra kind of didn't care who she spammed. While Shock, I feel like very deliberately didn't feed Moira ult and only focused Note and try to get a kill. I think that's actually something the Shock aimed to do as well, to be able to farm their Moira ult first, because this sort of percentage discrepancy doesn't come from just trying to fight, you know? It comes from deliberately making sure that the AoE heals of the Moira are ineffective. And yeah, they get the coalescence first. And get closer. Doa's really close to EMP. He's done a great job farming that. Note's actually also in a pretty good spot. But because the Shock had that rush down, right, with the coalescence, they are going to win this fight. However, I wouldn't say it's the end of the... Like, normally losing the first fight is like you automatically lose the cough map, right? In this situation, not so much, because the Fuel have the EMP for the retake. So we'll see how that pans out. But still a good first fight by the Shock, obviously. And EMP comes out. It's not too big of an EMP though. Why? Did everybody dodge it very well? What happened? Okay. Okay, so Rascal goes for an aggressive wall. So they're looking to make an aggressive play here. But Striker is actually very far back. So this seems like kind of a disconnect for the Shock here right now. Just based on how far Rascal and Striker are from each other. Then EMP from Doa comes in. Rascal shifts it. Very nice job by him. That's hard to do. Violet doesn't shift it, but it's not too big a deal. Actually getting hacked as Moira, especially when you've already shot your healing orb out, no big deal, unless they're like diving with Winston, right? Then the Striker just kind of dodges it. And Choi also doesn't get hit, because it's just out of range, I guess, just barely. So not too good of an EMP, but it's still an EMP. And then the Coalescence comes out for Crimzo, which Violet had obviously used last fight. And then the manual hack onto Rascal. I mean, he already didn't have shift, though. So yeah, as I said, normally losing the first fight is like disastrous, the worst thing in the world. But just because Dallas Fuel had EMP, which is such a good retake ultimate, and Shock didn't have any ultimates, that fight was actually very favorable for the Fuel. Now, Shock still got 60%, right? But I'd still want to be the Shock in this situation. But, not too bad. Shock have 6 ults on their retake, though. So, they should go and win this next fight. I feel like they aggressively want to Moira ult. Okay. There we go. Cole Bongo. Great combo, right? This Bongo, I don't mind being out in the open. Because obviously they're rushing super hard. So if somebody from the field want to spend, you know, all their shots gonna kill this Bongo, they're just gonna get rolled over. Bongo does have like 200 HP. Moth gets hacked actually. He needs saving. You're okay. The beat comes out for the fuel. And the Bongo. And actually the K just dies. Beat comes out for Moth now. That's good. He got the beat off before the EMP was farmed, so it can't get countered obviously. Oh, and they also use the Mayo. So the Shock do use a lot, but at the same time they're 60%. So even though they use a lot, they already have an advantage, you know? If this was the other way around, it would have been bad for the Shock, but now this is pretty good still. And they still have the Repro and the Sigma ult too. Definitely not like they overused. Oh, and now they go mega aggro, and I love this because Doa is looking to set up EMP again. And they're just going before Doa can even do anything. Great pull. Sigma gets 4. Okay, does use his ult though. And Doa uses EMP. Okay, so the Dallas will have to win this now because they're using ult. Whoa, Striker's gonna live. Oh, Rascal ends up dying. Still, this is looking really good for the Shock. Okay, both teams coalescence. This fight's been pretty close, but overall, this is like the Shock of only these two. Well, you know, Fuel used both their DPS and didn't get value out of EMP, which is like the biggest deal ever. Because you pick Sombra for the EMP, I feel. Troy almost died. Like, not just the EMP, of course. Normal hacks are really good too. But EMP makes it extra good. Rascal swaps over to Torb because Doa and the K are now on Tracer Sombra. A really good Torb swap actually from Rascal. Torb is excellent at countering flankers because he just puts the turret in the back line, and it's very hard for these flankers to deal with the turret. Now, Rascal isn't here yet. So that's rough. It's now a 6v5. Yeah. Good push up by Shock though, because if they give away the point there and just slowly die, that'd be the worst. So actually them pushing out so aggressively is really good. Doa almost has another EMP though. Okay. Oh my god, Striker. That's a big Reaper ultimate. Just TP's into the backline. Note's ulting. He's already used his shift. Oh, he cancels the hack on him from Doa. And then he just kind of goes in there. Kills free. Wow. Yeah, they couldn't really go anywhere. So Reaper popping off. This is what I'm saying, dude. Reaper's so good when there's no McCree in the game. We've seen it time and time again. When there's no Kree, Reaper becomes meta. Or I guess there was one week where Kree was banned, and then Brig, Tracer, Samra was meta. But that was because Brig was there. Brig is banned this week. Okay. So Fuel now playing the Doom Reaper comp again. Maybe I think this is a map where the low tempo Samra is really bad because it's all pretty close quarters, right? Unless you know you are the Fuel and you want to like roll out right side over here. It's probably not worth to play Samra, right? Because that puts you in a bad spot for boops and pulls. And this you obviously can't get booped or pulled here, so this is the high ground most people prefer on this map. And to fight here, you can't have a Samra. And this is also a really good doofus point because people have to come out of a choke. You can grab off angles like Doa is doing, and you can punch really aggressively, right? Go ahead and watch this first fight. Oh, nice wall on Doa's punch actually from Rascal. That's very good play. Yeah, Doa tries to like punch from an off angle. And Rascal instantly walls it. He also forces Doa out, so this puts Shock in a massive advantage, right? Doa's just used all his cooldown to get out. He's nothing up. Punch there in 6. So Shock has 6 seconds where the Mei is going to do more than the Doomfist. Oh, and Rascal's doing so much. He's walking in there, dude. He froze Note. Doa's going back in. Nice shield there by Choi. Another wall from Rascal. Dude, even though Doa's doing a lot, he's already got 80% ult. The damage isn't focused, you know? Like, it's mostly E shifts, which is a lot of damage. But Rascal's able to freeze Note multiple times, you know? And again, Violet is able to get his ult first. Every single time Violet's gotten his ult first. Thank you for the follow, Matar. Oh, it's been very, very good. Or like the Shock in general, right? Because this isn't just Violet. This is the Shock making sure that the whole team takes a bunch of damage. Moth making sure Violet can heal the damage, right? Making sure he's on speed boost most of the time. And the team just as a whole making sure they group together, right? While Doa's more of a flankers type character, where he doesn't really need Crimso's heals much, Rascal's been super aggro, been needing all the Moira heals. They're definitely doing a good job getting Violet's ult first. And Violet also is doing an incredible job with like his orb pathing, his damage to heal ratio, and keeping his heal bar maxed, right? Yeah, and he's just been super good on Warrior this match. Getting his ult first nearly every fight, right? Which is such a big deal because now you see it, right? Violet gets his ult first, they win the first cough fight. First cough fight's OP because then you get to hold the enemy on chokes. And you get that defense advantage that I love to talk about. Also, fucking never mind anything I said, Rascal and Smurf just inted. They were doing so good, chat. They're popping off, and then Striker, Rascal, Violet go deep for note. They kill him. And then closer with a nice boop onto Rascal, actually. Not even Rascal's fault, and the K's behind. Just a nice boop from closer. Yeah. All that while Moffa's taking point. Maybe it should just all went point together. But that note kill was also good, so that's rough. Just a good boop from closer. Wow. And look at that. Smurf has ultimate. Well, Gamsu's 40%. I guess Gamsu died early in the fight earlier. But still, that's crazy. Smurf and Rascal died late. I like that the Shock aren't instantly giving up though. They're not going too far back. They're still keeping high grounds, especially with the Sigma. It's very, very good to have that high ground. Because you can't get pulled off very easy because the Sigma shield can block pulls. And you're still holding the space, you know? So Rascal's coming back now. Oh, Troy gets pulled. They're calling. Nice wall there from Rascal, actually. I don't know. Oh, Troy shouldn't have dropped. The wall was perfect if Troy didn't drop. Didn't get pulled or booped, right? Let's go back. Oh, what the fuck? I went too far back. Oh no, he just kind of walked off. I think he got booped. Which makes sense, right? If the wall isn't there, then this drop's really good. Maybe the drop's just decent in general because people were able to walk around the wall. Not sure. Good wall either way. They're definitely not able to keep Choi up though. Through the coalescence. Oh, and a nice pull too. That fight. Good for Dallas Fuel. That's a really good fight too, because all they had to do was use Cole for the retake, right? And that's all because of that kind of late pick onto Rascal, really, with that boost from closer. So maybe a less highlighted play, but it made all this happen. And now the Dallas Fuel get the hold close. Their close hold's a little worse because they obviously don't have the Mei, but Doom is also really good at this stuff, right? You walk through a choke, you get pulled, and then he E shifts you. Does 1,000,000 damage. Aggressive Bongo with Coalescence. I think the Bongo might be a little too far out. If they would have put it in the doorway, might have been better. Anyway, Doa goes for it. As he should. He'll go kill it. As he should. Good rock from Choyobin. Honestly, that's definitely worth. Like, Doha going for that. 100% worth. But still, like, just Bongo Coalescence does so much damage. Just look at Gamsu. He fortifies. And then still just that damage coming in with the Bongo. Rock onto Doa too. Doa ults out. And the K gets picked too, because he had to use his race form earlier. Oh, nice boop there from Moth. Holy crap. Yeah, and this fight's just won by the shock right here. Oh. Okay, please. Fuel's doing a good job stalling. Fuel also notably didn't use too many ults that fight. So neither team really like hard using ults, and I like that from especially the Fuel because you know they had those ults. They didn't have the Cole yet at the start of that. They didn't have every ult obviously, but and they went for the Sigma plus what else did they use? Sigma Doomfist combo or something. And you know Shock just played faster than them. And they didn't like throw in ults into the last fight. Which is very important in my opinion. Because well all this whole VOD of you I've been talking about the ult economy because I think it's something that's mega important when you're playing mirror matchups, right? Both these teams are playing Rush. And we've seen both these teams how they use their ults and why they use them. What is this frickin' Moira orb, dude? It's floating. Okay. Dallas Fuel walk out the left side. Do a good job there. The bongo comes out. Again. They toss in the male. Super aggro. But no, it's not able to eat it. Maybe they pull Note up with the Smurf pull so he can't eat it. That'd be very interesting if they do that actually. Let's watch Note. Yeah, they pull him upward while Rascal's throwing ult. So it's harder for him to eat him. Where is the May ult right now? Is it already down? Oh yeah, it's already down. When does he throw it? We're watching this in extra slow motion. Dot 25 isn't good enough for me. Okay, Rascal walks up. The pull comes out. Okay, it doesn't look like they're pulling Note up. He's just ulting away from Note. Ooh. Can't eat it there. Sigma definitely has a hard time eating May's ult unless he's like right in her face. Oh, nice Sigma ult from Choi. Holy crap. Wait, when did the beat come out for the fuel? Was it to circumvent the male? Oh yeah, they used it during male. That's why they lived. They also used Coalescence. A really high value Rascal ult there, getting both support ults and then they still kill the K. And then the Sigma ult comes out and then they clean up. Really good fight there actually from Shock. Love the male. Like male's so strong. A big reason why they're playing May must be because of the pull male synergy. And the walls. The walls are really good too. Just such a high tempo character, and then remember, she has 250 HP shields, invulnerability, she can freeze on her left click. So her kit's just so packed. Oh, wow, Striker almost died there. Again, great wall. Reaper has a pretty easy time getting through it though. Especially with the new Maydurf being able to walk through the Sigma, for example. Big deal. Counter Maywell from Doa too. And then Striker comes in with the ultimate. Note kind of eats it though. Oh, Note's still taking damage from all the other sources. And again, just so aggressive from the shock. Yeah, Bongo Reaper, it's a really good combo. So the two combos you generally deal with the Bongo, it's either Bongo Coal or Bongo Reaper or just Bongo and go aggressive, you know? Not like you need an ult with it. But using an ult with it makes it a lot better. So Smurf has got it. He calls that he got it. He's using it. And they reroll at the same time. Very good. Yeah, that fight's won. Actually, it's now one fight territory here for the shock. But looking at the timing, the field do win this map. But I wonder how. Okay, so the Dallas Fuel as 6, they walk out. Hi, Friss. Pretty good, actually. Just a really good speed boost from the Fuel, and actually a wall that zones out Moira. Moira's probably the most important character to get through because she does so much healing, right? So still a pretty good wall from Rascal. His team's pretty far back though. So I'm not sure that with 5 people that got through from the Fuel, do too good. The Sigma ult comes out from Note. It's not too big. Good beat from Moth. I feel like just getting the enemy Sigma in the Sigma ult very often makes it good. Because all these other characters, they can get out. Like Mei can shift it. Reaper can shift it. Orisa can shift it. Right? Only Sigma and Lucio can really not do anything. Moira also has an escape. So I feel like as Sigma is the priority to ult. Note did a good job of it there. Even though, you know, he only got 2 people. The Mei ult comes out for Doha. Perfect time. Okay. Wow. Doc lose that fight. What happened to Rascal, actually? Didn't he have shift when he went so aggressive with his wall? Go, 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 go. He was prepared. His team was pretty far back. Oh, he just didn't shift because he didn't expect the damage to come in from the Reaper next to him. So he was a little bit greedy. If he shifts there and his team goes in, I'm not sure if they would have won one, but he would have had to beat because of the Sigma ult. Yeah, that's unlucky. The Rascal, you know, was a little bit too greedy with his ice block. But if he does, you know, use it at the last second there, that is good greed, you know. So just because he used it 1 second too late, it's bad greed. It's just unlucky. The plan there was okay, because if Rascal's able to get that off, and they all rush through, and the Moira stays walled, and they get Sigma and they beat, and they have the Mei freeze on people while the Mei has beat, that's like really good, and they might even win that. Okay, but last fight territory here for the Shock. They have to now retake. Rascal's pretty close to ult. This is a good TP location for Decay. It's actually out of sight. This Choryobin ult's massive though. He gets both the Sigma and the Lucio, who I just said were the most important targets, right? They're not able to really finish them because of the Decay flank, but they also force Decay shift. This is actually looking pretty good for the shock here. The beat comes out from closer. Doesn't get Gamsu, gets everyone else though. Striker uses shift. Maybe we could have waited 1 second later with that, but it's fine. And the K is like a massive target here because he doesn't have his Wraith form. Oh, is the K gonna die? Oh, he's just behind the shield. Okay, he dies. Oh, this Rascal ult's not good, I think. Yeah, LOSs with Gamsu and Doha. So, ulting up here wasn't good. I get that he really wanted to kill the Reaper. But, yeah. He would have killed the Reaper right away when he was frozen. If he would have been able to use his Mailed on point, especially on Gamsu, maybe that would have been really good. And now Coalescence comes in for both sides. But he gets frozen though. Gamsu and Note also get frozen though. This fight's so close. Striker's still up. Oh, he Striker ults, but he gets booped. And then Note's getting the big ult. Oh, still not over though. Doha saves himself a wall. And Violet ends up dying because Crimzo shifts in on him. Wow. Very close last fight there actually. Holy crap. Okay. So. Map 5. Round 3. 1-1. Let's go back a little bit. Okay, a mirror matchup. Both teams are playing May Reaper. I don't think this is a very good Doomfist point as well. And it's also not a good Sombra point. So this makes a lot of sense for the fuel, right? Sombra's not that great here because the TP locations in the back, there's only small packs here. And on the other side, the only big pack on this map I think is here. And if you can play off big pack, it's better for Sombra, right? So there's small packs right here. Generally some okay TP locations, but the biggest reason is that this is very close range, right? There's not that much space to just farm as Sombra. Sanctuary is a very big map on Busan. So the Sombra makes a lot more sense there. Doom isn't good here because, well, if you look at this, there's not that many walls, right? So if you just rush the enemy team and you don't stand in front of this, Doomfist has a very hard time getting easy wall bangs if you're just aggressive. So that leaves May Reaper for even fuel, which obviously they might not want to take that matchup, but Doa's actually been doing really good on the May too. Not like it's an impossible matchup, you know? Okay. Shock going aggressive first. Vertical wall from Rascal, which is really interesting. It's really smart though because horizontal wall wouldn't do that much here. So vertical wall makes a lot of sense. He's actually bunching up everyone. Nice pull from Gamsu though, pulls everybody back from the aggression. And Smurf's just been really aggro with his Fortify usage. And Rascal's just in there, dude. And I really feel like it's on Doha to like counter freeze the May that's just walking in. There needs to be focus on him. You can't just freeze somebody like that. That's disgusting. That is very, very disgusting. And now Violet has ult first, right? And Shock gets defensive advantage. And defensive advantage on this map is major. Like, I feel like it's so important. You can wall here. You can wall over here. You can wall main right. There's a lot of chokes that are really good for walls. And there's no real good walls for the offensive team. So you have to defensive wall a lot. Now the Shock are kind of letting the enemy team walk out, I guess, because they want to aggressively coalescence. They're giving them a lot of space. Not sure why. Rascal's low. Okay, the coal comes out. See, I would say this is a bad wall, but how are you gonna wall, right? If Moth's speeding, it's so easy for Violet to get around it on either side. So I don't think there is a good wall for Doa here. So this is actually a pretty good wall, because it's helping himself freeze Smurf as well, who he can then force Fortify out of, which is good. So Coalescence comes in for both teams. It's a later Coalescence here for Fuel. They could have maybe went a little bit more aggressive with that, because the clock is taken away from them. The longer this fight lasts, the worse it is for them, right? Very, very nice ult from Note, though, who's been having some good Sigma ults. Gets both Choi and Moth, the only people that can't get out of it. Talked about this earlier. And yeah, that will solidify the fight here for the Dallas Fuel. Very good retake, honestly. I feel like Shock could have gone a little earlier, but maybe they thought Crimzo already had his Moira ult too. But they didn't want to go too aggressive, you know? They definitely didn't expect no tab ult though. Okay. So Shock as a whole walking up. They're also able to just walk out for free. Smurf instantly ults. I like the early bongos. That's shielded, right? And Gamsu's so screwed, dude. The K actually goes and TP's in just to kill the bongo. Moth does a pretty good job like trying to get on him. But that's a good value for Decay's TP, right? Well, it's already farmed another ult. The big thing is they've already gotten value out of that bongo, right? They've already killed Gamsu with it. More ults come out. Doha ults, he ends up dying. Rascal's 1 HP, dude. Oh, the beat comes out from Moth. What a hero. Rascal ults. Oh my god, the K almost kills everybody. Holy crap. Rascal with a hero headshot on him, though. Like, I think if Rascal doesn't headshot him there, K just wins the game for his team. Like, let's signify the importance of this headshot from Rascal. Shot, ult, he's full HP, nice shield from Choi Yeoman instantly. He's still life stealing. If he lives for one more second here, the K will life steal off 3 people because Choi over here. Oh, he does have shift, so Choi could also shift it. But Rascal headshots him. So Choi still had shift, so he could have shifted it. But look at Moth, he's 1 HP. Choi wasn't shifting, he would have died. The K might have farmed more health, right? So really nice headshot there from Rascal, and Choi does also shift. Okay. Wow, and Fuel used a bunch of ults there. He used 4 ultimates. Shock used 5 though. But ending up losing that is rough. Because those are those fight changing. Like the first fight's so important, and then those are also like massive. That boop from closer was only 1 second earlier. It was life. Nice pull Sigma ult here, and they're of course going for the bongo. I don't like that bongo from Gap, so I think that's a really... I think that's your only ult right there. And the placement was... I think if he places it on a corner, like here, maybe then the enemy team speeds away from it. That's the other problem, right? If you put it around a corner like this, and the enemy team speeds away from it, then you won't get the boost if you speed after them. But this felt bad though. Like, what about behind the tree? You could have put it here, but then it would have also been very far forward, right? Because Troy is already sig ulting. So maybe you could even wait out the sig ult and then use it, you know? But this spot feels rough. Because now it just gets flanked, you know? Maybe you could have put it here. Right here on this corner. That would have been very good because that would have had very good LOS on everyone. And it would have required some hard committing. Because now Striker just walked like this and he shot it. Smurf just walked into it. Interesting. Very good ult from Choyobin though. Oh, and he's actually gonna die on the way out. That's sad. Now it's one fight left for the fuel, and they have an ult advantage with the Cole and Sigma ult, but they use both of those that fight. I could just come in and win it, you know. So this is rough, and this is all stemming from the first fight advantage, right? Rascal is just able to walk in, kill a Note like that. The Note uses ult, he only gets Choyobin. And then Gamsu just dies because Shock is so aggressive. Like whenever Shock has Coalescence, they look to just be on top of the enemy team and like kill Gamsu quicker than anybody's ever killed Smurf ever. People are point, but at this point, Shock's won the game. Yeah, this last round kind of was a blowout, I feel. Like that first fight was just insane. Like, how was Rascal able to walk into the enemy team like that? We're going all the way back, baby. Like, there's just no way. Look at this guy. He walks up, good cover usage. The wall comes up. He's on top of the wall. Man's a genius. He's propelled himself above the enemy team. And now he identifies as an Apache helicopter. Freezing 4 people at the same time. Though was not able to freeze him back. And he fucking freezes 4 people at the same time. He's insane. Wow. That's genius. Man's a genius. Just walls himself up like that. Yeah, good pull here from Gabsu. But Rascal is actually the hero. Though I should have walled off the rest of San Francisco. Probably. But at the same time, does the rest of San Francisco even do damage to Note? I don't think so. It's just Rascal and Smurf running into him. Like, nobody else does damage. Oh, Violet does a little bit of damage. But it's just Rascal. It's literally just Rascal. Okay. What a VOD of you. Okay. For everybody watching on YouTube, Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.